The finance industry is shifting fast. Artificial intelligence is automating the easy work. Markets are moving quicker than ever, and the skills that made someone a star in 2020, they're not enough in 2025. If you want to thrive, whether in investment banking, corporate finance, consulting, or even running your own company, you need skills that employers and clients will fight over. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 finance skills that will give you an edge, and I'll also show you exactly where to learn them, including free resources you can start using today, even if you've never opened a balance sheet in your life. Let's get started. 1. Mastering financial statements, the non-negotiable. Think of financial statements as the X-ray of a company's health. The balance sheet shows what a company owns and owes. The income statement shows if it's actually making money. The cash flow statement tells you if that money is real or just on paper. Now here's the problem. Most graduates, even finance majors, can fill out a practice balance sheet for a class. But hand them the annual report of a Fortune 500 company and they get lost in the jargon. Your job isn't just to read the numbers, it's to connect them. Why is revenue up but cash flow down? Why did debt spike this year, and what does that mean for growth? These are the questions employers care about. And here's the harsh truth. If you find financial statements boring now, they will feel even worse when they're your daily work. Almost every advanced finance role, from equity research to valuation, builds on this foundation. How to learn it. Start with free practice. Go to screener.in, pick a company like Asian Paints or Infosys, and read their balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow. Look for patterns between them. For structured learning, join a financial statements masterclass that uses real company data, not just textbook examples. Once you can read the numbers, it's time to turn them into a working plan. 2. Financial modeling, turning data into decisions. Financial modeling is where finance gets creative. It's taking historical data, market assumptions, and strategic plans and building a model that predicts the future. Imagine you're an analyst tasked with advising whether your company should invest 500 crore in a new plant. A model can tell you the break-even point, the internal rate of return, and how changes in demand could wipe out profits or double them. Some common models you'll encounter: discounted cash flow, predict future cash flows, and discount them to today's value. Leverage buyout, used in private equity to see if a company can be bought with borrowed money and still make a profit. Scenario analysis, what happens if sales drop by 20%? What if interest rates go up? Sensitivity analysis, which variables impact the outcome the most? And this skill isn't just for finance. Project managers, startup founders, and consultants use modeling to test decisions before spending a rupee. How to learn it. Coursera, University of Pennsylvania's financial modeling course, audit free if you don't need the certificate. Corporate Finance Institute, paid, but highly practical templates. Start with free trials before paying, but once you can model, you'll want to answer an even bigger question. What is this business actually worth? 3. Valuation, putting a price on anything. Valuation is like detective work. It's figuring out what a company is really worth and why. Picture Shark Tank. An entrepreneur asks for 10 lakh in exchange for 1% of their company. They're claiming their business is worth 10 crore. Is that a fair number or fantasy? Valuation tells you the truth using methods like based on projected cash flows. PE multiples, comparing price to earnings ratios to similar companies. LBO models, valuing based on leveraged buyouts. Cost of capital, understanding the price of debt and equity funding. Oh wait, in investment banking, private equity, and corporate finance, valuation is one of the most in-demand skills, but also one of the most complex. How to learn it. Forget overpriced workshops. Start with Aswath Damodaran, a professor known as the Dean of Valuation. His YouTube channel has free valuation classes. Beginners, start with his undergraduate series. Advanced, jump to the MBA level content. And remember, valuation is as much about judgment as it is about numbers. That judgment comes from practice. 4. Data analytics and Excel mastery, your daily weapon. Despite all the AI tools and finance software out there, Excel remains the battlefield of daily finance work. And not just the basics. You'll need advanced formulas like offset, Indiana EX match, Indiana IRECT, pivot tables that let you slice massive data sets in seconds, dynamic charts and dashboards for presentations, what if, and sensitivity analysis to quickly test assumptions. In investment banking and corporate finance, speed and accuracy matter. If you take 10 minutes to run a report that someone else can do in 3, you lose. How to learn it. Trump Excel on YouTube, a free, complete library from beginner to advanced. If you want structured practice, use data sets that mimic real business cases and practice building models and dashboards from scratch. But even with perfect spreadsheets, you can still fail if you don't understand the bigger picture. 5. Industry and macroeconomic analysis. Seeing the battlefield. A company's success isn't just about its internal numbers. External forces, politics, global trends, economic cycles can make or break it. If you work in IT, US tech regulations can hit your growth. If you're in manufacturing, changes in raw material prices or trade laws can wipe out margins. Industry analysis means spotting these threats and opportunities before they hit the balance sheet. How to learn it. Read equity research reports from firms like Motilal Oswal or ICICI Securities. They explain why analysts recommend buying, holding, or selling a stock and the macro trends behind it. Study IPO prospectuses, DHRPs. They're detailed breakdowns of industries, competitors, and market forces goldmines for understanding the playing field. The best professionals combine company metrics with industry insights, making their advice more valuable than any spreadsheet. Let's recap. 1. Financial statements, the foundation. 2. Financial modeling, turn data into strategy. 3. Valuation, know what things are worth. 4. Data analytics in Excel, work fast, work smart. 5. Industry analysis, see the big picture. The gap between you and your dream finance job isn't luck. It's skills. And 2025 is the year to start stacking them. So here's your challenge. Pick one skill from this list and start learning it this week. By the time everyone else is thinking about starting, you'll already be ahead. Which skill will you tackle first? Drop it in the comments. And if you want me to break down the most valuable skills for marketing or consulting careers, let me know. Your future in finance starts now.